Okay. Nose heavy. Half-ton truck. Are we on the bump stops? Not quite. There's the overload spring on the bottom. The little guy, the kind of sad one. Okay. Truck. Excuse me. Sorry for the deal. We need to fix that. So I think it's time we do some airbags and a load leveler hitch. We're gonna take this half-ton truck. We're gonna pull this trailer, no problem. And we even got trailer brakes, so don't go nowhere. It's Car Farmer. What are you working on? Peace.
A desert sun scorching, a grease on my face, a flat bill hat low, working in my space, wrenches like crops, engines in rows, car farmer grinding, sweat through the flows. Out in Arizona where the metal gets hot, fix a car, flip a whip, this my plot. The gearbox growing, yeah, the torque don't stop, harvest horsepower, every rebuild pops.
But right now, I gotta worry about airbags. So we got these guys. I've got, well, and then we're gonna be doing this later too. But the truck's in the air, so I can't do that. So we're gonna yes. So, ooh, what's in the box? What's in the box? I've got airbag kit. Picked it up off the old Jungle Space Amazon. So we got, thank you. Sure. I've got airlines. I got some hardware. Cool. I love it. Cheez-Its and a Monster. Great snack. It's good for the palate, guys. So we got an airbag. Airbag 1. I've got airbag 2. So these, if I understand correctly, hi. So these will go something in there. And we're gonna, allegedly, the bump stop has to come out, and then you put on the little adapter plate on the axle, paying attention not to crimp the brake line because we got them on both sides. And yeah, so we'll be, I'm going to try to get this thing all swapped out. I'm going to get cleaned up here. We'll get all the hardware ready. And yeah, so what we're going to do is, and then we'll go from there. Yes. Because baseball weekend, this is my one day off. So I'm going to see what I can do in one day. So yeah, let's go. Let's kick it. Okay. So looking at these instructions, they want you to put, so this is the lower bag mount. And it said you got to put the bag on, obviously. And you want to go on the innermost, according to the instructions, because the one that's closest to the frame rail, away from the frame rail, so it'll be like this inside the truck. So we're gonna have the frame here, we're gonna have the bracket, so this has to clear, and then we've got the little perch that thing mounts to. So I've got it torqued to about broken knuckle, but anyways, so lack of a better word, how are you supposed to put the U-bolt with this on? So you need to put one of these U-bolts on first. So then when you get it on the truck, you can just put it on like that. And 16 foot-pounds is what it's saying, or just snug. And yeah, so that's what we'll do moving into the deal. So we got, here's a bag mount. So we're going to go over here. And it's going to go on something like, well, how are you supposed to, okay, you got to finagle it. Understood. No, it's got to go on the other way because Heidi's supposed to clear it, farmer. It's got to go that way. Okay. Something like that. So as I was looking at the instructions, so this has to go like that, and then it'll come with a U-bolt bracket. So this is going to go on something like this. Pay attention to your brake lines, guys, right? So we got that on. So again, they were talking about using a spacer. The spacer is with this kit, and it may depend on others. This is with the Torque Plus or Torque Pro made in Turkey airbag kit. This part number, the TR5336, the spacer, you don't need it because that's for full drive and for like power ram and like 2011 and newer. So you don't need it. So yeah. So we'll do that like this. So your airbags are going to go in right here. Clearing your brake lines. We're going to mount it up. We're going to put a upper mount, and that's all going to snug everything in, and then you torque it all down. So yeah. So that's what we'll do. So this guy's going to go up in something like this. It's going to go into the existing holes that you unscrewed, came out from your factory hardware, where we use the 15 millimeter or a shady 5/8. 15 millimeter or 5/8 if you're feeling kind of sketchy. To undo. Basically, our bracket's going to go something like this. Hocus pocus. So apparently, this is set up in two-wheel drive. So we'll pull this back out. And let me get this off. So it's going to sit on basically like that. Get out of there. Because this is where you guys like point and laugh and say, well, I'd have done it this way. Yeah, this is my pain is your pleasure. So what if I go this way? There we go. See? Yeah, they just come right off. So they come right out. Yeah, it's no problem. So we're going to set up in two-wheel drive mode. This doesn't even match the... Hey, guy. Those don't even match. The measurement's off. Why is the measurement off? That's not even close, bro. It doesn't say anything about drilling holes. All right. So I'm an idiot. Turns out, so this kit, the TR2299, is not for a 2005 Ram 1500 two-wheel drive. It's good for a 2005 Ram 2500 and a 3500. Good only on a 06 to 2011 Ram 1500 two-wheel drive. And I think I know why. Probably because of those bump stops are a little bit different. So guess what the guy gets to do? He gets to package everything up nice and neatly. Go get the spring perch that I yeeted out in the yard. Lacer. I gotta go get that. Wipe it off. Yeah, there may be little scuffs on it. And I get to order some parts again. And I'll be back. What do you think? literally used a couple of 9/16. That's all it is with this hardware. It not as easy as the directions say they are. Again, this is through Torque Pro. Yeah. Anyways, it's through Torque Parts. Literally a 9/16, a 15 millimeter to take apart the bump jounce bumper, bump stop, and this guy was not fun because the hardware is longer than what you did, so you have to jack the truck up. I had a lift, so I made it a little easier. This, what they call a bail bracket, was not fun because the overload spring on this truck, because it's used, because it's a 20-year-old truck, this overload spring has been, I thought overload springs were less arch than these, but when you look at it on this way, I really think this truck had been overloaded to begin with because it had a roof rack, because it had the marks for like a roof rack for like a contractor truck, and these shocks are heavy duty, so they look like they tried to make a tempt, but these airbags will help it. So now it's just a matter of getting the other side on, and then yeah, we'll go from there. So okay, so I got, you can't really see it right now, but I got the airbags. I've got two little Trader valves right here, just right next to the license plate, just something simple. But I found this, ooh, careful, get all the dirt on here. So I got this equalization hitch off the old marketplace because I don't buy anything new. This trailer has a 2 5/16 ball. I don't know how heavy it is. I'm guessing around 7,000 pounds. And it's empty too, and it squats the truck. If you look at this picture, that of how bad it squats it. So looking at the truck, you want, man, now I need to re-grease my ball. From where the hitch is located to the trailer, you don't want this, and you definitely don't want this, because you're literally pointing your headlights in the sky, like diamonds, and but they're beautiful. And then but everybody else doesn't care for it because it blinds everybody, even with your highs or even your low beams on it. It doesn't matter. People are going to blind you, you're going to blind them, and it's just not safe. And then also, when you have so much weight on the tail of the truck, they can get fishy, for lack of a better word. So the equalization hitch and the airbags and a brake controller can take a half-ton truck and make it pretty safe going down the road, depending on if you have the correct tires. Now you're into an LT tire, not a passenger car tire, and you can look those up and see what's recommended for your truck or even SUV. So the whole point here is getting the equalization hitch and the airbags so that the truck sits level. So then our headlights, we don't have to adjust them, and then we can go down the road nice and safe. We can use the brake controller to stop the truck, and that the truck is not going all over the place. So this will help. So with this one, I kind of got spoiled. We got this guy, electric hitches. Okay, I want you guys to spot me. Make sure that I don't go too far, knock the trailer off the deal, and cause all kinds of wreaking havoc. Trailer looks cool, all pointed at the moon. A little too far, probably right about there. Let's set parking brake. That's not even close. Okay, come on. I want you to back me up. Let me know when I need to stop. Maybe I guess that's why they did backup cameras now. I don't know. All right, how about now? Well, for crying out loud. Gosh. How many times does a dude have to back it up? Okay. All right. So let's bring this down. Okay, truck's already squatting. Let's get the equalization bars. Put these in now. Normally it helps to use gloves. And the cool thing about these equalization bars is they, it's kind of like the old, if you can picture the guy doing this on the old trailer hitch. So we're gonna go something like, this is a stabilization bar. We're gonna go, I'm thinking probably one bar like this. Okay, hold that in. Then we'll bring her down. Bring her down a scotch. Oh, and tongue it. Okay. Okay, so before I put all the weight on the trailer, this is where you do your equalization hitch. Okay, so that's roughly there. Okay. All right. So then you get out the cheater bar 1000, and you're just gonna do this, and you're gonna give her a little leverage. And take the old pin, put in the pin. Well, for Pete's sake, there we go. Okay, one bar. Get the other bar. Yeah! Ha ha! I am strong. Strong like bull. Okay. So we get that in there. All right. So now we'll bring her down. So now we're making the hitch pretty sturdy. Wait for it. Now we got some room for activities. All kinds of room. So let's do that. Get some trailer lights and get the trailer brakes going. And then always chains under. Now, how do you like to do your chains? I like to cross them. Just something an old trucker taught me, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cross my chains. All right, make sure all the weight is on the ball. Now, truck is squatted a little bit. Nothing crazy. Let's get the stabilization bar on there, or the sway bar. So that goes on like that. We'll put in the old safety. Because, guys, you want to be safe as you can going down the road. So let's put it to the on position. Let's go fairly aggressive. Okay, now let's put a little bit of air in the old airbags. See, truck just went up a little bit. Okay, and we got about 20, 30. That one's got about 30 in it. It doesn't take much. So now, with the old equalization hitch, the truck is not squatted, and we may be a little high. So I should probably move the bar. See, if you got the 2 bolts on the hitch, I could probably drop those down. It'd probably drop the nose of the trailer, because you don't want the weight in the back, because it can get all swirly on you too. You want nice and level. This is still kind of arcing, but you get the idea. But look how much better from the pictures before, that from the pictures before to now, this half-ton truck will tow this little guy no problem, and along with the trailer brakes over here. That this whole Dodge, she's in for some working, because I buy everything used, but I service it all up. You can follow along on my playlist videos. But those headlights are not going to be blinding people going down the road. They're actually going to be angled down. So yeah, we just got to level out the trailer. But I don't want to bore you with that, because all it is just these bolts right here. These guys. Those bolts right here. 1, 2. And then just drop them. And then we can lower the old trailer. But yeah, because we want to put that thing in here, and then we can go play at the sand dunes. But that's what this is later. But yeah, so yeah, I know it's a new day. Like, follow, and subscribe if you can for a guy. I'd really appreciate it. Guys, doing this stuff yourself, looking at YouTube videos and XYZ and reading manuals and getting on the forums, like, if this is your flavor of doing stuff yourself, then by all means you can do this. The main thing to follow, full disclosure, do not exceed the gross vehicle weight of your truck. We're pushing it with this trailer. We're getting close. I'd have to do some math, make sure the math is mathing. But guys, stay safe out there, because if you do exceed your GVW, or gross vehicle weight, combined weight, and you run into somebody, that's a good way to, yeah, let's just say it's not fun. People may know my pain. Again, please like, follow, comment, subscribe, share this video, and say, look at this idiot. If you have anything issues with this video, let me know. Put in the comments. I like to read them all. So all 70 of you. It doesn't take that long. So yeah. So on that note, Car Farmer out. Peace. Hope you enjoyed this. All right. Happy MLK Day. Love you guys. Peace.